Welcome back, everybody, to Camp 8's Concoctions, where we are a bunch of hilarious heathens who like to drink and play TTRPGs. Yeah. I think we're not only delightful, but we are also hilarious. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us on this adventure of cooperative storytelling. As always, if you want to join us for a conversation, you can hit our interwebby things on the Discord, the Instagram, in the link below in the show notes. I always say it below, which is hilarious because you guys can't see me pointing, gentle listener. Also, thank you. I shamed enough of you guys that more of you listened to this week, so thank you. Apparently, shame on the internet works. Also,
in recorded history, shame on the internet has worked. Yeah. But apparently it did.
Apparently it did. Well, you guys are you gentle listener are good people. We hope. So that's why shamed work on you. But also, we have something new. I don't know if any of you have noticed it. We have, if you listen on Spotify, there is the ability. We are now starting to post questions that you can answer, and we will directly hear them. Our most recent one was, what TTRPGs are you playing? Look forward. We don't know what the question is going to be yet in Spotify, but that is specifically for our Spotify listeners. So if you want to get more engaged with that, go ahead and check that out as well. Last alibis. Does anyone got anything they want to pitch before we get into cocktails?
I like big butts and I cannot lie.
I mean, who doesn't?
Oh my God, Becky.
Look. Go see John at Hey Kiddo.
Go see John at Hey Kiddo.
I'll be there.
Good thing we are not live streaming this also as well, because you would be seeing a lot more of John than you really wanted.
If you ask John for something on the top shelf at Hey Kiddo, you might get butt crack.
You might get butt I do usually pull my pants up more at work.
You also sit backwards onto the back bar to reach up back. It's pretty hilarious.
High up.
But it's not too high just for you. That's an extremely
it's too high for
thing.
most of the coworkers.
So, friends, what are we drinking?
Do your two. Mine needs work.
Okay,
right now.
So I tried. So there's an M&M shot, which is mezcal and Montenegro, and I was like, I want to make a cocktail riff on that. And then we realized that we don't actually have Montenegro right now for whatever reason. So I made a equity parts kind of cocktail. It's 2 ounces of mezcal. We needed an N for the N in M&M. So we did a ounce of the Nola coffee liqueur.
Good.
And then we did an ounce of, Curtis, can you say it for me? It's Amaro Chicharo. I can't get this. I don't know why.
It's okay, you were homeschooled.
Yeah, no, it's because I was homeschooled.
It just makes you smarter than
And did a lemon twist on it. And it's very nice.
Yeah.
It is really tasty.
I've yet to taste my drink. Hold on 1 second.
I think yours better than his right now, but apparently I'm just not in a smoky mood, so.
Oh, that's
Mine is
nice.
definitely like smoky as fuck.
This is called a Red Hook.
Fucking love a Red Hook.
It's made by an Italian bartender. I don't remember the guy's name. It is 2 parts rye, a half ounce of, or 2 ounces of rye, half ounce of Punte Mis, which is a mix between Amaro and Vermouth, and half an ounce of Luxardo Maraschino liqueur. It also has a Luxardo cherry in the bottom like a Manhattan. I think it tastes pretty good. I think if it was a better rye, it would taste better. But you know, I've been a little sour on the rye since I paid too much money for it.
That'll happen.
I like the flavor profile.
I am currently working on what will be a gin and purple amazake fizz. I got some purple amazake from Fafo Labs, who actually stopped by Hey Kiddo and dropped off some purple amazake that he made in his own kitchen. He drops some off for Hey Kiddo, and he drops some off for me personally to bring here tonight. So I'm going to try to make sure that I get a purple amazake cocktail into every one of our breaks.
Perfect. That sounds awesome.
That's really tasty.
I'm super simple tonight, y'all. I'm drinking a gimlet. The only thing special about my gimlet is that it has cinnamon simple syrup. That's it. So.
That sounds real nice, actually.
I did more that is in my M&M drink.
Mole bitters, yep. So cool, but I think that's all of our cocktails so far. So if no one has any objections, shall we recap?
Recap.
The last time we were together, the party re-engaged with the manager, who is the head of a shadowy intelligence gathering organization who employs Sark and L. There was a meeting between Sark and L about the nature of the reason that he called them home. And there was also some discussions about money, about places to go, things, missions, la, 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 la. And then eventually a meeting with, oh my gosh, why am I drawing a blank on my own damn characters' names? Prosperin. Someone said Primrose, I think, at some point, and that got stuck in my brain. So it was Prosperin, which eventually also led to an introduction to the Lord Richter himself, which was, to most, terrifying. So, after that, the party decided that they need to go explore a few things, and then they made their way across town to the night market, which is a market that is built upon an ancient aqueduct that is about 200 feet above the ground. And that is where we left off, with the smells of roasting meats, of the sounds of hammers clinging against steel, and haggling. So what would the six of you like to do?
Sark, how long until we're going to the restaurant?
I look at the sky. Can I tell what time of day it is?
It's midday.
Half a day-ish.
Let's go shopping. El, where do we go shopping?
Right there.
Excellent.
Where we've been headed.
Where in here do we find magical weapons?
Look around. Do I know what I know anywhere specific?
Go ahead and make a history check, please.
This will be entertaining. Drink, motherfuckers, drink. I just got.
Nice. Hold on. There we go.
Motherfuckers drink, motherfuckers drink.
Depending on how high he rolled, he still might beat me. That's a total of 21 for Sark, but it is a nat 20.
Okay.
That's a 23 for Al.
So the entrance into the night market comes up from the pillars that hold up the high aqueduct, and as you exit, you look. I know I'm building a scene for a history check, but trust me here. As you look out and you see everything to your left and your right, you know that this whole thing is one huge market that goes on for at least a mile. There are multiple shops, but you would know, L would know this one. There are 3 shops that would give, or 3 armorers / blacksmiths that would give you the best options for magical weapons. You have Scorched Steel,
Ooh.
the Pyre Forge, and the Loom of Scars.
Ooh.
The Loom of Scars sounds like where Patrice wants to go.
What was the middle one?
The Pyre Forge. And then Sark, you know this just from hanging. You just kind of know this by osmosis because you hang out with Elle. There is also a couple of artificer shops that could possibly have them. They randomly do sometimes, but it happens. You have the Abra Apothecary, Sorcerer's Source, and Nostrum Arcade. And those are 3 artificer stores.
What was the last one again?
Nostrum Arcade. Nostrum.
Killing it, Morgan. You're killing it.
I had a lot of dead time after I played golf today, so I have been prepping all day.
Valid.
Huzzah.
Also, L of those the artificer shops, I would assume one of those is your favorite. I will leave that decision up to you.
I would say Nostrum's probably.
Probably too. It's the best name. I think L appreciates a good name.
I was thinking that too. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Apothecary is pretty good though.
I appreciate that one.
So,
Like
but
Nostrum Arcade is more fun.
yeah. But as the 6 of you step out, it is for Elle and Sark. This isn't very. This is normal. This is a normal space. But one, most of you, this is your first time in a city of this size. This is a massive city, right? We're talking millions and millions of residents that sit here. And then this market itself is bigger than some of the towns that y'all are from. So like a mile long, 200 feet in the air. Think of that, the bridges with the markets in Venice, right? For those of you who've played Assassin's Creed with Ezio, where they have the markets and the stalls that cross the bridges, that's what this looks like. Fully built up buildings that also are 200 feet in the air, built on this ancient aqueduct. So what are you guys going to do?
I'll give instructions to the 3 blacksmiths.
What were the 3 names again? Because I didn't get them down.
Scorched Steel, Loom of Scars, and the Pyre Forge.
What was it? Scorched?
Steel. Scorched Steel sounds so good.
Loom of Scars sounds very interesting.
Yeah, I mean,
Loom of Scars is where Patrice would like to go. But let's go where
The Scout wants to do Loom of Scars and Scorched Steel.
SOA's in the same boat.
I think SOA was the person to ask first, so I think SOA should go
Yeah.
where she's going. We should go where SOA wants to go first.
Right,
What an
like,
amazing- let's do that.
Yeah, right?
Scorched Steel, done.
Well, I think Loom of Scars sounds a little more...
That's gonna have a weapon? A loom
It's
is
a
something that
forge, right?
Yeah,
No,
It's a blacksmith / armorer, something of that effect.
Okay. All right.
Let's start there.
Okay. So L tells you where to go, and it's a little bit further away than the rest. You're going to take a left-hand turn coming from, so you're heading south. And as you walk through, you hear the sounds. Just the market, the night market is thriving at this point. You hear common, draconish, elvish, gnomish, dwarven, all these different languages, even the different dialects of it. You hear the deep gnomish. You see Durgars. Everyone here is just seeming to massively fill the space, and it feels so alive in a way that most of you just have never really experienced. As you walk by, there's even people just handing you skewers of roasted meats and cheeses and vegetables, and it's perfect, right? It's everything that you want out of an open air market, right? Eventually, you come to one of the other staircases that lead up, and an entire, what would be the equivalent of a block, is filled up with this massive, massive building. There is smoke coming out of the chimney, but not just any smoke. This smoke is purple and blue and red. It just kind of swirls and glows as it goes through. You look, and the entirety, the bottom floor. This is a 3-story building. The entire bottom floor is open, and everything centers around a massive flame that is open. And you look. If I get everyone to make a perception check, please.
I wish.
Nat 20 for a 25.
Drink, motherfucker, drink, motherfucker, drink.
Totally valid nat 20.
So I have to say this because it's funny. I rolled a 15. My passive is a 19.
Okay.
I got a 17.
Okay.
Well, my passive is 14.
Okay.
Would somebody roll a d20 for me and add 1?
You had an 18.
Beautiful.
What'd you get, Sid?
I had to go with the pink one.
12.
Oh, I can't even see.
Nat
this dice.
passive is 18.
Okay, so your passive is 18. So everyone is able to see this. There is one person who is in this area here. You see a massive turtle who is sitting laid back, smoking a huge pipe.
Yeah.
Thin, long. He has not left his chair as you walk by, and you watch as his finger is conducting. And you watch as hammer hits steel on an anvil. Billows are going up and down. After it comes out, it goes into the steel goes into the oil and goes back into the forge, fires up the whole time he's working. And then he notices you and notices you notice him. And he creakily gets out of his massive rocking chair, takes a huge puff off of this cigar, blows a smoke ring, and through that smoke ring comes a huge 3-masted ship that sails through the ring. Hey, you interested in something sharp?
Always.
And magical, hopefully.
Do you sell fireworks here?
That's not really my forte.
I knew a guy once who was able to blow these 3-masted ships out of smoke, and he had really great fireworks. Anyways.
But no. And he points very slowly around the edge. Says, "You're more than welcome to take a look at my inventory." Yeah.
I'm gonna look for swords.
Okay. So as you look, he does not seem to have anything except for bladed weapons. There's no armor. There are no shields. There are no maces, morning stars, anything like that. Everything, probably the whole reason for the name, is bladed weapons. But it is spectacular, the diversity that this man has in his bladed weapon. He says, when you do find something, you shout for G.
G?
G.
Like J-E-E?
J-I-G.
G. I feel like I'm like standing at a rack of swords, and it's like a fucking like a hipster in a record store, like in a vinyl store. I'm like just flipping the swords and looking through them, and occasionally like pulling one out and checking out and being like, no, this is a nice one. I remember when this one came out, and then like sliding it back in and flipping through more swords, you know.
So as Scald is doing that, SOA is going to be a little bit behind Scald, and she's going to cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
Magic.
And I know everything's magic, but like SOA's SOA is an auditory magical kind of person.
Okay.
Like,
So
not so much that I'm trying to get like a specific school out of anything, but like, does something call out to me?
is you know how this works, Matt? So, how auditory is it? Music? Is it voices? Is it just general sound? How is SOA receiving this?
It's like it's like music with like kind of like open ocean sounds,
Okay.
like mixed in, right? Like not like right.
Seagulls
So
and
like
shit.
not like orchestral instrumental, but like single instrument, maybe people playing drums around a fire.
Kind of more ambient.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. So there are 3 sounds, water-like, that come to the sound for you. You hear one that kind of sounds like an Asiatic flute that is playing over like a babbling brook. And as you look, you see that is kind of almost like an extra long machete with kind of a reverse curve to it. Then you hear what could almost be described as choral, but it's a singular voice, kind of a deep, lower pitched feminine voice singing over a crashing waterfall. And then last, you hear the sound of a violin, very beautifully sounded over the sound of crashing waves onto a like that distinct sound of a black stone beach. So the crashing waterfall is you see it is a falchion, and then the waves is a thin kind of petite rapier. So you see it, you look, it's kind of like, I guess the first blade would be, I guess category-wise, would be a short sword.
Okay.
I think, hold on, let me look at my... Yeah.
Right, and then we have a falchion and a rapier.
Yep. The falchion is a little bit longer, looks like if you would to use it, it possibly could give you the versatile option.
So like long sword for D&D purposes, mechanical purposes. Okay.
A little bit of sugar wasn't great.
I'm gonna gather up these 3 weapons and ask G if he can tell me like their history, like what makes them special.
Well, there are quite some stories that are associated with these 3 weapons. And he points first to the one. Let me pull some stuff up, guys, and I will share the screen with you.
Oh, nice.
This way you guys can see it. This particular weapon was commissioned by the son of one of the 5 rings from the city of Sayo. He decided that he didn't need it when he awoke with a dagger in his eye.
That's, probably the worst time to make a sale.
It happens from time to time. Next, we
Tap my eye patch and I go, it does happen from time to time.
Next, we have a falchion that was modeled after one of the mothers of the Valkyrie. She graciously modeled as I designed the weapon. And she said that I no longer wanted to have it. So this carries her essence along with it.
Come here. DC 14 Constitution save. If they fail it, they are blinded
For a minute?
Shit. Length
Yeah.
of time.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So these are all custom magic items that I made.
Nice.
That's fair.
Lastly, we have one that is created with the stone that was blessed by a deity. I don't know which one. This was gifted to me, and then I made the rapier from it. It is quite lovely. Do you agree?
Oh, this is a very, very beautiful
Sword. And like because SOA has used rapiers her entire life, she's like a little more flourishy with that. But I'll take all three actually.
His eyes get really big.
Need money.
It's true.
We don't know what things cost yet.
It doesn't matter.
It really doesn't.
Matter what.
Patrice asks, how many pounds of platinum do these weapons cost?
Move. Big flex. Big flex. Dick move.
Can I cast silence on Patrice? I don't even know if I have silence, but I want to cast it on Patrice right
Patrice
now.
doesn't have silence either, actually. He wants it.
Oh, fuck, I don't have silence. Damn it.
That's very cleric-y.
Damn it.
A very ranger thing to do.
If you were to purchase all three of these weapons, they would cost 100 platinum. What's wild is I can name a ridiculous amount and you guys can cover it.
I was gonna say I don't think I wrote down how much platinum I got.
150,000 is a rough.
I thought we got 125, 606 each. Doesn't really matter anymore. No.
Yeah.
125, 606 platinum each.
Yeah, that's what I
Dope.
wrote down.
Dope.
125,000.
We have 2.5 tons of platinum.
Stupid.
I have gone extreme, guys. I did.
Wait,
Over 100 platinum pieces because she
really
hasn't
fun to
bought
think
anything.
about it.
I lean into SOA when I hear this number and I go, don't forget, everything is negotiable. Haggle them down.
No, we had 150 pounds each. No, hang on.
Yeah.
So the very first time I ran a campaign for Matt's group, I didn't give him like hardly any fucking money. I kept forgetting to give him money. Now they kept getting free shit. Like it was great. But now I've gone the other complete opposite way, and I just throw monies at motherfuckers.
Morgan.
Not complaining.
Not at all.
I do like the money. I'll take all three for the 100 platinum because I really don't feel like role playing a fucking negotiation right now because I think John's gonna make you do it later. So
I appreciate that, Matt. Thank you. That's why you were my favorite.
I have 33.5 pounds per party member or 167,500 platinum.
yeah, so I think this 100 platinum.
Sure.
Either way, it's over 100,000.
He holds out his hand and says, "Little lady, this has been a most beneficial exchange. I thank you for your patronage. Please send more my way." Yeah.
I'll be back if you find any more interesting swords like these.
It does take quite some time for me to make them. So we'll come back after a bit of time.
Is there anything odd in his shop? Like not the normal types of weapons you would see?
Describe odd for me, please, L.
I'm thinking like what's it called? The Indian gauntlet weapon.
Everything here is bladed, so that's the big thing to remember.
Yeah. Just anything that's outside of normal is kind of what he's browsing for. That's not like just a sword or
Go ahead and make an investigation check for me, please.
Okay.
Morgan, at the next break, can you send me all the swords? Because I wasn't really able to read the last two just because of the font. And
He's like, I'll take all of them.
That's a 13 because I rolled a 4.
they looked fun.
Oof, that's rough. So what you do find as you were looking around, you see that there's a whole section of bandoliers of daggers. As you get up close to one, you notice one set has, it's not quite a jewel, but it looks like there's something that is kind of protruding from like where the cross hilt meets the handle. And as you kind of get up to kind of get close to it and you accidentally press it, the blade splits into 3. So it looks kind of like it's basically a D&D batlet, not a batlet, the Klingon knife.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it.
I know exactly what it's talking about.
Yeah. Fuck, what's it called?
There's a Spanish fencing knife too that's based off of. That's what I have in my head. We all know what it is. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I didn't try and get too far.
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, what is it called? I was going to grab that and that bandolier and just turn and go, gee, how much is this?
So just before I say that, it's called a ducta. The Klingon knife is called a ducta. Are you looking solo, or are you looking for the whole bandolier?
Yes.
A small man after my own heart. We'll call it even for 10 platinum.
Done.
So what you now have is a set of daggers, but if you use them regularly, they still maintain the traditional stats of a dagger. But if you open the button and get the 3, it now is 1d6 instead of 1d4.
There's called trident dagger.
You'd think they'd have a better name in French.
The name
Spanish.
I'm reading it on Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Go to the French Wikipedia.
Dagger de Trazent. Drop that in my bag of holding.
Okay. Can I help you with any other items?
Sid will just see if there's any like copper daggers hanging around.
It seems that he works predominantly in steel and adamantium. So
Okay.
nothing that really kind of fits what you're looking for. And the whole time this has been happening, the choreography of the smith has still been happening with no one attached to this item. And then eventually he slowly turns and he blows out a series of squared smoke rings. And he goes, I think this is... And he whips his left hand down as the blade casts into the oil and
Skeleton, you're sure you've never dabbled in fireworks, right?
I have dabbled, but you had asked originally if I had them. I don't play with gunpowder.
That's valid. Do you have any magical daggers?
I generally don't spend my time infusing a small item such as a dagger.
Do you have any magical short swords that I could throw? What about hand axes? Do you have any magical hand axes?
Pandering to the DM. I'm calling it now.
What was that?
You're welcome.
That's pandering to the
You're
DM.
welcome.
Asking for magical.
So,
Do you have any magical?
Throwing axes?
your small friend has purchased all of my magical items.
Understood. Well, you have a great day, and I walk out the door.
Thanks, Yuji. It was a pleasure meeting you.
The pleasure is all mine.
I stick my head back in, and I'm like, "You didn't used to be a very large tree at any point, did you?"
That seems ludicrous.
Not some more you want, it's gonna get slower.
You think it's bothering me.
I love it.
The truth is, I am thoroughly enjoying this.
Every second.
I want it to continue. That's why I keep asking him questions. I also really enjoy the faces that Morgan makes while doing the voice.
I need the faces to get the voice just right.
It is, but it is also glorious.
Yeah.
Thank you, Morgan. That was a treat.
I appreciate you so much. You have no idea.
I just feel like it really hits like a huge, like, this guy's like 8 feet tall, 6 feet wide, you know, this huge turtle that is just not moving fast because he doesn't have to.
He's like the what were they called? Like the Ogren or whatever from Wheel of Time. They're really
Yes.
giant. They were like tree singers and stuff, and like they didn't have to actually touch anything to craft it, but they were giant and slow as fuck.
My only frame of reference is the TV show because I have yet to give that series a shot. But yes,
Honestly, it's nerd homework. Don't do it. Just watch. It's close enough.
so awesome. Well, is there anything else anyone would like to do around the Loom of Scars?
Wait till they make a TV show.
Well, if that's the case, we are going to take our very first break, and we will be right back in just a few moments. Everybody to Campaigns and Concoctions, where we get too deep on weird nerd shit, including booze. So,
Oh yeah.
family, what do we have to drink? If you don't mind, let me start real quick because mine's super quick, right? So I decided we were talking about some sort of bubbly, and I remembered that I had ginger beer in the fridge, so I decided to make a Moscow Mule. But in addition to the vodka, lime juice, and ginger beer, I added a little bit of cinnamon simple syrup, and it is delightful.
I made a one of the menu items from Balmer Peak Distillery. James sent me the spec for Blackbeard's bathwater. It's
Delightful.
It is delightful. it's 2 ounces of golden rum. Tonight we use their anniversary rum instead.
Barrel
It is from
aged
Balmer
anniversary.
Peak,
Yeah. Barrel aged anniversary. Balmer
Makes
Peak
everything
rum.
better.
It is delightful.
It's so good.
Their shit is so good.
It's really, really good. So 2 ounces of the anniversary rum from Balmer Peak, 1 ounce of blackberry syrup, which I made myself with Demerara, 1 ounce of apricot puree, which I poured out of a can, 0.75 ounces of lemon juice, a few mint leaves into the shaker, and then I shaked the living crap out of it to make sure that the mint was expressed into the drink.
Shake it like a baby.
That's right. No. Like, John, that's funny to you. Like, it's like, as a parent, it's like a legit fear that you're gonna do when you're just like tired. But
This is also tasty.
oh, look at that. So the then you once you're done shaking, you pour a little bit of soda water into the bottom of your glass. You add a few ice cubes, preferably into a Collins glass, some nice square cubes, and then you fill it up with your drink, and you top it with a little bit more soda, and you put a mint sprig in there. Don't forget to slap and crush your mint so you can express the oils out of your mint. So that
You gotta slap it
right on
around.
your nose. You gotta slap it.
Honestly, the best way to slap your mint around is to slap it on the glass like you're giving the glass a mushroom stamp with your mint. Because then the oils get expressed, but they also end up on the glass. You know, like when you're
Like
giving
when I
a
express
mushroom
my oils?
stamp. Yeah.
Okay. So I can't anymore. Alrighty.
I do what I can.
Yeah.
We all know why I'm on the show.
So Balmer Peak, please sponsor us.
Because I have.
We love you, Balmer Peak. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you guys are really amazing. And this drink on your menu is fantastic. I love it very, very much. Every time I go, I order it, and I'm going to drink some right now. And then we're going to take a picture of this other drink over here. Jared, what did you make?
So I'm gonna call it the Minter.
Like Mentor, but Minter?
Minter. It's a mix of mint and ginger. Anyway, kind of a riff on a mojito. It's 1 ounce light rum, which this time I had Havana Club. 1 ounce Jamaican rum, which we used Appleton Estate.
Appleton
There's
Estate.
half a lemon
Sponsor us.
quartered. About 10 mint leaves, which you muddle all together in the bottom. 3/4 of
the
an
lemon
ounce
and the mint you muddle together in the
at the
bottom
bottom
of the glass.
of the glass, and then 3/4 ounce of ginger syrup that Nate made, which is really good. And then add the rum, 2 dashes of Angostura bitters, topped with soda water, and then garnished with mint leaves.
Dude,
Mint sprigs.
it's great.
It's really good.
Your drink is very good. The Minter.
like how different these two are.
Mhm.
So I made a rum drink. I made this drink initially about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago for a regular at the bar I work at. He's a chef at one of our sister restaurants, and he drinks almost exclusively Smith & Cross rum. But tonight I used Diplomatico, also excellent rum. It was 2 ounces of rum. It was half an ounce of creme de cacao, half an ounce of Nonino Amaro, and either a fat bar spoon or a skinny 1/4 ounce of cane sugar syrup. Stirred, and 2 dashes of tiki bitters. Stirred in a Yari and then strained over a large cube in a double rocks glass. I am calling this cocktail the Wise Sam, or a waste of a good apple. How many listeners do we have roughly?
9-ish.
9 total.
Around we fluctuate between about 8 and 15.
Okay, let's go with the high number. Of the 15 people who listen to our podcast, 2 of them will get that reference.
So we had talked about it earlier. If you listen to this podcast, go to Spotify. There will be multiple questions this time. One of them will be, tell us where the reference of a waste of a good apple comes from.
Where did a waste of a good apple
And we'll
come
give
from?
you a strong pat on the back through the internet.
Yes.
Or maybe we name a house-made cocktail after you.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll
That's
name a cocktail
good
after you.
one.
Yeah,
Hell yeah, we will.
Make sure that your screen name isn't something like wildly inappropriate.
Yeah, something that we have to bleep out.
Unless your screen name is literally quote
inappropriate.
something wildly inappropriate.
Yeah.
In which case, I would
That's
love
a
to
great
make
name
a
for a
cocktail.
cocktail.
I would love to make a cocktail called something wildly inappropriate.
Well, we're going to make something wildly inappropriate as a cocktail no matter what.
No matter what.
No matter what that's
Stay tuned.
happening.
It's happening next break.
That's right.
All right, friends. As we exit the Loom of Scars, your friend Esway is now 3 swords richer. Your friend L is now a bandolier of daggers richer. You guys are a little bit lighter on coin, not by much. But what would the 6 of you like to do now here in the night market as the day continues to willow away?
Skjald turns to Esway and says, Esway, do you practice the 3 swords technique?
I don't think Esway heard you.
Sorry. I blame.
Side to chat, people. Minimum.
Skjald turns to Esway and says, Esway, do you practice the 3 swords technique?
No. What's the 3 swords technique?
It's just one piece of a whole long series of things. Do you plan on keeping all 3 swords? What were you planning to do with those? Because that Falchion looks pretty cool.
I'm going to try them all out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I almost
Rich
want to
people.
take your cookie away. I almost want to take your cookie away. Can we cookie?
That's pretty good though, right?
Yeah, we should definitely
For on the
cookie.
fly,
Let's
that's pretty
cookie,
good.
'cause I start- I definitely go on, I'm sorry.
Level up cookie. Level up cookie. Cheers.
Make up level up
standing in
cookie.
front of mine. I was like,
Curtis is
Fuck
Fuck
Fuck y'all.
way gone at this point.
Yeah,
by the
I
way.
was trying really hard.
He's
not
like,
to
I need to
cookie.
eat the rest of this cookie.
hey, one bite, and then it was just like, nope.
Mm-hmm.
It was so good.
Salad.
Trumpo, you cowards, sponsor us.
You cowards.
Okay, so what are you guys doing?
Podcast. Doesn't mean I can't attack them verbally.
There are-
for our podcast.
Other places to go shopping.
But for a cookie that tastes like that,
Fire forward?
I think not.
There's scorched steel.
Scorched steel. Where's that at?
On the other end.
What's
What's
between here and
nearby,
that?
real fast?
Yes.
The Fire Forge or one of the other ones. The
Sorcery.
Yeah.
Sorcery
So,
sword?
so here is the question. What is it that you're looking for? Or are you looking just kind of to find interesting things? Like, give me a little bit more than that.
L, where would I
I'm
go
looking
to
to spend
find
money.
magical robes that would make me like, you know,
I just
get a little more
of my wealth.
a little more punch to
On
my
3 magical swords.
Right.
to my things. Which one of these places that you've described?
Would I know that, Morgan?
Well, this is your hometown, so I'm going to give you an advantage on a history check to see about it.
I'm gonna roll a straight roll because I probably just tagged along and wasn't actually paying attention.
Fair. I think that's fair.
That's that's a not 1 and a 25. So 10 and 25.
I got a 19.
So you think both of you would think that the best spot to find some sort of magical robe would be Sorcerer's Source.
Well, let's just make sure that we go to that one before we head to dinner tonight. Okay? Is that all
If we
right?
have to.
Just because they make fun of you there.
Not you. I just the dicks.
They're to you?
Just in general.
Just in general. Okay, they're not specifically like.
Just to him.
Is it?
Do you
Do they
should we
not
just
like
go in and
gnomes?
buy the store?
Oh, that would be
We
really.
should definitely do that. That'd be
We
hilarious.
should buy the store. We can, yeah, and we just buy it out, and then they just have to treat you well, or you fire them.
Sark just starts making his way that direction after that point. He's like, oh god.
It's your money. I think it'd be fucking hilarious if you bought the store, but I ain't gonna spend that money.
I don't really want to own a store, but maybe I could threaten it if they're acting uppity. Yeah, maybe that's what I'll keep that in my back pocket.
Patrice, what does the word uppity mean to you?
The word uppity means to me.
God, please stop. Just stop. I'm gonna stop it right there.
I'm curious to see Patrice threaten.
We are not gonna get canceled over that word, please. Thank you.
How about the word ornery? Can I substitute the word ornery?
Yes, please. Thank you.
If they get ornery with you, if they're looking down their nose, acting haughty to you. That's not a short thing. I didn't mean it that way.
As El had his mouth open as that was happening.
What I mean is like we'll give them what for verbally between the two of us.
If they act like they're above L.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
If they act like they're.
What if they're physically above L?
I mean, it happens quite often.
What? Do I know who I would normally find there?
Give me a second. Oh God.
You can take all day. This cheese is great.
What?
I hate all of you.
I'm just gonna ruminate on what this drink needs because it needs something.
It does.
The only one I don't hate is the beautiful creature that's sitting right in front of me. Hey, Carl, buddy, I love you.
I was trying to get a drink of that that wise Sam.
He wants some wise Sam, all right? It's not his
Why
fault.
do you think it's a
correct.
drink?
He wants Twizzlers.
No, he doesn't.
So, what was the question again, El?
What?
No,
What kind of person would I find there? Is it mostly gnomes or
Yeah, there's two
human
of
or?
At Sorcerer's Source?
Yeah. Do you want to try the rum?
So, the owner's name, you would know this just because of who you are. His name is Fujimoro Rin. He is a male dragonborn originally from the city of Sayo.
I don't have a character.
Is he normally who would be in the shop running stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, he's a dragonborn. He generally looks down, just physically.
I think that was the joke, El.
I know.
Okay.
I got that one.
I'm not gonna do it.
You're killing me.
Are you not?
And if we have to go talk to him,
This is not for you.
I guess.
I mean, Sark's been making his way there. He's assuming everyone's following him. If not, he is now shouting very loudly back at everybody.
I think Esway's just following Stark at this point.
Yeah.
He seemed to know where to go next.
El is very reluctantly following, probably at the back of the group.
I'm telling you, I think if you hate this place so much, Scaldo just buy it. Scaldo buy anything.
I'll buy just about anything. As long as there's some nominal benefit to me. And by nominal benefit, I mean amusement. I mean
Spite.
Spite's a big one, actually. I wouldn't even call that nominal. That's significant. Yeah. Who can we spite by buying it? Because I'm super on board. I don't even know, I don't need to know the person we're spiting. I just need to know that we're spiting them.
So we walk up to it.
I will develop a grudge right now.
I'm having to actually change a personality of an NPC that I have created on the spot because of y'all. Fuck you.
That's valid. That actually makes a lot of sense.
You're welcome, Morgan.
It
I
happens.
hate all of you. This is going to be the theme of this entire segment of this episode is fuck y'all.
When
Fuck
Morgan
y'all hard.
hates us, what he means is that he hates us.
We're gonna do a street fight and lose because Morgan gets mad at us.
All right.
And this episode of Campaigns and Concoction concludes season 1. Thank you. We'll be back with season 2 in a few months.
Right?
Totally useless, meaningless, unrelated to the story TPK.
You thought it was a shopping episode, but
It was actually
It was both.
a DM murder episode.
I'm like,
I'll try.
I know, I'm thinking about it. Sorry.
That's player character aside, I'll have you know.
And
And I support it. As you and I very intimately know, I support player character aside.
also, Curtis, look at your phone. So as the 6 of you eventually make your way, you're walking, you're having these conversations. You are definitely not subtle because none of you are really subtle right at this particular moment, except for Sark.
I feel like very subtle.
I will
I really think Skeld feels like Skeld's very subtle most of the time.
most of the
I
time.
hope John realizes that is not the case.
Yeah, Scout can feel like he's being subtle.
Y'all does feel like he's being subtle.
The truth and reality may not be, but
Skeld is very similar to me in that he is gentle with a hammer.
Sark's passive stealth is a 19.
Jesus. That's a bit ridiculous.
so as the what's the order you guys are walking into this establishment? So as you walk in, it is very much, it kind of stands out as you look at this building. It looks kind of like a traditional, if you were to look like a traditional Japanese temple, right? With the
Nice.
like it comes down. Yeah, so it's beautiful, but it is very much out of place in this city of steel and glass, right?
Like all wood and terracotta and shit like that.
Yeah, with the kind of the shingles that it
Tiered kind of shingles and stuff, yeah.
white paint with red tile roof. It's absolutely gorgeous, but like
Moon door entrance sort of deal.
you see it's open because it has the like the split flag that hangs down like at a restaurant, like a Japanese restaurant in Tokyo, right? So like as you walk in, what's the order you guys are walking in?
Sark is probably leading at this point.
Okay.
Just wants to see Elle interact with this guy again.
Yeah, that's fair.
Honestly, I think Skeld is trailing. He's probably not last, but he's probably close to last. And he's just very much observing and taking everything in and has kind of like a cat's grin on his face.
So the real question is, where the fuck is Elle in this mix?
Elle was trying his best to get there after they finish whatever they're doing. He's making his way there, but he will stop at anything on the way that seems vaguely kind of interesting.
Okay.
So honestly, Skeld is probably lagging behind with Elle, but still ahead of Elle. And that's where last comes in.
So the other 4 of you, SOA, Sid, Patrice, and Sark, enter into the and he seems that you see this fairly large. He definitely not the size of G, right? But you see a fairly large dragonborn man. You have been told his name is Fujimura Ren, and he kind of gives one of those shopkeeper grins, right? It's not really welcoming, but it's not disarming. It's just kind of, it's there because it's expected, right? And he comes up and
Is the name order?
I was just about to ask and roll.
100% traditional.
Okay.
Sweet, I'm glad you asked so I can do this.
I picked up my D20 to be like, would I know if the
So
name...
that would be something. So I would need so Elle would know, but Scald, I need you to roll. But you get advantage because you are a native of the syndicate.
All right. And what am I rolling? History?
History. You have no. You can just straight. It's just dice.
I think I increased my intelligence the last time. I don't have my tablet is not charging for some reason, but even if I have a +1, it's 12.
Okay.
So it's either or 12.
You don't know how it works, but you do know that the people of Sayo, and this isn't just particular to the Dragonborn, even though that's the largest population in Sayo. The people of Sayo definitely have some sort of different naming conventions than the rest of the syndicate. So the 5 other cities that they have there, Sayo it's very much different, and it kind of stands apart, but it is definitely different. You just don't know how it works. It's been a while since you've been here, right? So since you've left your home of Folkwagner, and become you, right? It's one of those things that's there, but it's kind of hard to recall all the details.
Yeah, the Skeld has spent a lot of time at sea and a lot of time drunk, so details tend to slip.
But go ahead.
Sark will introduce Master Fujimaru to the other 3, and then look very sad that L isn't there yet.
And he is even with Sark, he seems to be very cordial. It is definitely actually, can I get the 4 of you who are in there right now to make an insight check for me, please? It's actually, Sark, you would know this, so you don't even need to roll it. Drink, motherfucker, drink, because that's a natural 1.
Oh, shit. All right, hold on.
Who got the nat 1?
Me.
Sorry, Carl.
Sorry, Carl. Matt rolled a nat 1.
John, there's like 14 whiskeys on the table.
No, he said the next nat 1 would be the no more.
Oh God. Yes. Yes. It's true.
I said if somebody rolls an nat 1, Curtis and I will drink no more.
I said that.
Yeah.
I think I even offered it as like the idea.
Well, you tried to just say pour some no more, and I was like, no, not unless someone rolls an nat 1.
So,
Yes, we will drink it.
Hi.
So other than what else did we get besides the shitty roll?
18.
Okay.
It's not better than last time.
Curtis can't speak.
Curtis is currently suffering.
Not better.
Did you say a thing, Morgan?
Yeah.
What was I supposed to roll?
God.
Insight, motherfucker.
Why?
5.
Yeah, that's after drinking the mort, your insight would be 5.
Yeah. Sid and Sark. Sark, you would know this just because you were around. The cordialness of Master Fujimori is very superficial, right? Like, you get it. Like, Sid, you get it just from a part of your time as being in that senior role, the Legion of the Dagger. You are like, you've got a good read on people, and you're just like, this guy is full of shit. He thinks he's better than all of us, but he is at least pleasant about it. So he comes up to all of you and says, hello. What is it that I can assist you with today?
What do we see when we look around, like, just like a quick glance? What kind of things are inside this?
Make a perception check, please.
I need to roll a different die than that one.
Fine for me.
That's very low. That's a 6.
Honestly, that kind of fits with, I think, because this would probably be the first time that Patrice has been into like a true artificer shop, right? Like this, you see rows upon rows of potions. You see rows upon rows of like robes and apparel. You see rows of scepters and rings and wands, and it's just a plethora of what looks to be magical items, right? Like that's at least what you can see with that roll. You're overwhelmed by it.
So I say roll a 1, so she's not picking up that this guy's like a total fucking.
Oh no, you think he's really nice?
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. We're just kind of in the market for some magical items, and our associate here, and I point to Sark, recommended your establishment. So I don't know if there's anything in particular that you think we maybe might be interested in looking at, or if you just kind of want us to peruse on our own. But yeah, we're
Elle,
Where?
I need you to roll a d6 for me real quick.
For when you and I arrive.
Exactly.
6.
6? Okay, thank you.
So excited.
Master Fujimura looks at you and says, please, at your own leisure, feel free to peruse. Just remember, you break it, you pay 1.5 times the price.
That seems unfair, don't you think?
Well, you broke something that's not yours, so I think it's fair.
Seems kind of steep.
Yeah.
Are we? We're not there yet, are we?
We won't break your items.
Sark, don't touch. Go. Where do you go?
I am just standing. My hands aren't anywhere near anything. I rolled for this just in case. My wisdom's high enough that I'm like, no. I'm not even leaning on anything. Like I'm excited that this is going on. I'm just standing in the middle of the room. This is gonna be great.
As far from everything possible.
Well, thank you, sir. And SOA walks like awkwardly away.
Hands in pockets.
Right, like she has also she has like 3 swords strapped to her that she normally doesn't have. Right, yeah. Like so she's like trying not to
moving
a little awkwardly.
Yeah.
Sark will follow SOA just to watch the sword
3
handles and
extra
catch them on
swords.
occasion.
Yeah.
So you have 4 swords.
Like I have 3 swords strapped across my back, I would imagine.
And then one
in
on your
addition
hip.
to the one on my
Yeah,
head.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that checks out.
I feel like as soon as Sark realized that and remembered it, he'd be like, I need to watch those.
Sark has just got his hands up as buffers behind SOA the whole way.
So what are you guys looking at?
Fujimura, do you have anything that would...
It's Mr. Fujimura, please.
Mr. Fujimura, my apologies. Do you have anything that would buff, magically buff armor, or, my constitution, ability to take hits?
This is Morgan not really prepared for this because I thought I had a better chart for this that I don't. Sucks. You watch it as he kind of, gently, kind of rubs his chin as he thinks. And he says, well, we don't do anything with armor here. So it may be something that we have to deal with, something a little bit different. We do have plenty types of potion. Maybe not something that you're looking for in particular, but I would recommend that you peruse our potion. And at this point, you watch as Elle and Skjald walk into the door, and as he just stops mid-sentence, and he notices Elle, and he just rolls his eyes and scoffs. This. Welcome, Master Elle.
You got anything that works?
I very gingerly turn around to observe this interaction.
You are quite fortunate that you work for who you do. And he turns on his heel and walks back to the front desk.
I turn to Elle and I'm like, you know the scaly fuck?
Yeah, he's a dick.
Seems like it, yeah. I'm imagining there's like lots of robes and clothing and articles of this nature.
Mm-hmm.
Begin walking up and perusing, kind of going through like a real housewife looking through racks of clothing, pulling stuff out, looking at it, showing it to Elle, and then putting it back. But the entire time, I am chugging on a cigar like a fucking coal train going up the side of the Rocky Mountains. So I'm just saturating every piece of cloth in front of me in cigar smoke.
Patrice notices what Skjald is doing and remembers the conversation from earlier with Elle. And he walks over to Skjald and says, "Hey, you got that flask on you?"
Sure I do.
Oh, fantastic. Hey.
I pop it out, I take a swig, I hand it over.
Patrice takes a swig and hands it to Elle.
Elle has stepped inside the door and that is as far as he has gone.
Well, then Then Patrice takes a second swig and hands it back to Skjald and says, "Hey, do you get a cigar for me?"
Yeah, I hand Patrice a cigar. I give him finger guns, and I light it for him. I take. What's that? Oh yeah. I snap for the flame and put the fire on it.
And I need Patrice to roll a Constitution saving throw for the cigar.
Patrice is good at Constitution.
I take a second.
Yes,
swig.
he is. That's a 16. Wait, am I
think you are.
I think that's an 18.
So, but you take your first drag of a cigar, because if I'm recalling right, this is your first.
So he smoked at least one before, because we smoked one the first day on the boat.
Okay, thank you.
He had rum for the first time.
On the boat?
Yeah,
you were trying to vomit.
He had rum, he had a cigar, and he had bacon for the first time.
And a boat.
All on a boat. All within 2 hours.
And you know who didn't yak?
Patrice.
Because he's solid.
If he doesn't have proficiency in Constitution, I think he should get proficiency in Constitution for that day alone.
No, but sorcerers get
Sorcerers are proficient.
Yeah.
So you take that first drag, and it's still not quite
Well, he's not used to it.
Right? So there's a gentle but in this case the floor is solid, it's not moving.
Yeah.
So you are no longer green in the gills as you were taking it, and the second time you take that second drag and you get that pleasant flavor and aroma that comes with a very high quality of cigar, because yes, you have bought from the best, right?
So Skjald takes a second swig from the flask, screws the lid on, and throws it over his shoulder at Elle. Reaches into the pouch on his hip and pulls out the pipe tobacco that he bought at Edwards and throws that at Elle and says, "I figure this is now is as good a time as any to give you your birthday present. Today is your birthday, right?"
Start everything sailing towards Elle and go, "Huh, this is new."
So dexterity checks, please, for the catches, Elle.
You think you'll be able to catch that? Maybe.
Yeah.
If he does, then it's fine.
I'll focus on catching the flask. He'll let the tobacco hit the ground because it's always back if he has to.
Look, the flask is magical. It can't be destroyed like this.
Sark throws stuff at Elle that's usually a downward angle.
Yes! There's a 19 for the flask and a 1 for the tobacco.
I'm out of booze, and that's very sad.
I'm not doing any more.
Nope.
Lord. That was so bad.
Yeah.
You know, when you don't drink it 5 times a day,
Yeah, I know.
you lose your resistance. So that gives
I've had it once in my life.
I used to
That's
have
enough.
to my lord, and I don't anymore.
Oh, wow.
That's enough for the entire city of Grand Junction. No one else in this city needs to drink Malort.
Maybe I hate myself less than I did 6 months ago. I don't know. It's weird.
Fair.
It's possible.
It is very well possible.
So as Elle is suave in the catch of this flask, right? So he catches it, kind of spins, and as he spins, he uncorks it, takes a sip, and then puts it down, and then he looks down. Oh,
And then a bag of tobacco smacks him in the back of the head.
not even. It just as he's finishing, square in the chest, and then falls to the ground, and Elle just kind of looks down and goes,
And go, "Yep, that's about average."
So, at this point, because we are taking fucking ridiculously amount of time. We're going to take our next break, and then we will finish our shopping within the Sorcerer's Source when we get back. Welcome back, everybody, to Campaigns and Concoctions, where we discuss everything from Campari soda to the myth of the monomyth. So, what are we drinking?
So Curtis and Jared were workshopping a Italian bird, which is typically 1.5 ounces aged rum, 3/4 ounce Campari, 1/2 ounce sherry, and 1/2 ounce honey syrup, and a pinch of salt. We did an ounce and a half of aged rum, 3/4 ounce of Campari, 3/4 ounce of sherry.
Yeah, too much.
It ended up being too much, which I don't agree with. We used a 1/2 ounce of ginger syrup
Instead of the honey syrup.
And 5 drops of
Tiki bitters.
and 5 drops of salt.
You know what I taste in that
80-20?
cocktail?
Sherry.
I taste sherry and tiki bitters.
And you know what's great?
You're not wrong.
Sherry and tiki bitters.
I mean, it's sherry and tiki bitters. I'll give it that. I would have loved to taste some ginger syrup.
We need to. Like I said, we were workshopping.
Don't lie.
it.
You don't taste any ginger syrup. You taste sherry and tiki bitters.
I agree.
What I like is in my hand right now, and I'm drinking it,
Uh-huh.
and I don't appreciate you talking so much shit.
I'm not talking shit.
It's kind of weird.
I'm talking
finish.
I'm
You're
talking
talking
facts.
shit,
I'm talking facts.
Kind of talking shit.
Okay, let's move on.
My table is like sherry, except for Curtis.
Let's move on.
I will say it's a very interesting rhubarb finish.
Right?
It's also sherry.
I need a name for this, and I was fucking around with it last time
It's
around.
beautiful.
It's a very pretty drink, and it's because there's blue
It's
curacao in
sea
it.
green.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like
So
deep sea
juice.
green.
it's a little sea foam,
Not Patrice.
little gin and sea foam, is what we're gonna call this.
Gin and sea foam.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I like
it
it.
was 2 ounces of woods gin, and then I did
that gargoyle
the gargoyle amaro.
It's really on point.
It's 1.5 ounces of that, and then a 1/2 ounce of blue curacao. I really
Ounce
had
and a
to,
half of the Amaro?
yeah. I really had to double back on that because I needed something to balance out that blue curacao because it was just taking over the whole fucking drink.
It was.
Yeah.
No, that's a much better drink.
Yeah.
That's really
It's
nice.
solid. It's almost like an Amaro Vesper, you know? Like it's a gin and Amaro Vesper almost. Which
There's
is-
no rum in there? It's just gin?
It's just gin.
Gin, Amaro, and blue curacao.
Okay.
That's fucking
super
great.
nice.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Sounds lovely.
I made another Wise Sam or the waste of a good apple.
As we stand here in the Sorcerer's Source, as Master Fujimori just looks scoldingly at the rest of you, ever since El has come in. What are you guys doing?
Besides smoking and annoying the person that owns the place?
I'm smoking like a chimney. I'm looking at literally every single article of clothing on every single rack and just puffing away with my cigar while looking at them.
Fair.
Sid pulls out her loaded coin purse and purposely makes sure that you could see like the platinum and kind of fingers through it.
Nice.
Pulls the strings on it, puts it back on her hip,
Love this.
and walks out the door.
Oh!
Fire.
I think SOA sees Sid leave, and SOA just follows Sid out the door.
I think Skald sees this happen and openly laughs. Is still sorting through shirts and tunics and robes and watches them walk out and laughs heartily and then just continues looking through stuff watching out of the corner of his eye for the rest of his friends to leave.
Yeah, cool. So everyone leaves, I'm assuming?
I think Patrice says as he's walking out the door, there's something to be said for decorum, and then he just leaves.
Ooh, give me a...
Fucking vicious. Vicious.
Yeah, that's brutal. Give me a persuasion check with advantage.
Drink! That shit is on like Donkey Kong.
That was a hack.
That was super awesome.
I don't even need to roll with advantage. That was a nat 20.
Amazeballs.
So as you say this, you watch as this fairly stoic Dragonborn's eyes get fairly wide and reacts in shock, and just kind of his neck from his, because Dragonborn kind of have a almost a lean forward, right? They're kind of predatory in their natural stance because of their evolution, right? And it's almost like he was hit as he reacts to your statement, and it's just like stunned silence. And then you open the door, the bell rings, and you walk away. That may be the most devastating thing that has happened in the entire campaign so far. Jesus Christ.
Crushed this man's spirit.
Sark will catch the door and motion for Scald to follow through. Because, I'm not sure there's a follow-up to that, except for you're gonna walk
Scald gets to the door, and he turns around, and he takes a cigar out of his mouth, and he ashes on the floor, and he goes, I had some words I was going to say to you, but, giant big puff, so he creates some more ash, blows a nice big puff into the room, ashes on the floor again, goes, my boy Patrice is a savage. And just walks out the door.
Sark will flip a coin to land on one of his counters and just be like, it's always a fun time coming to visit you, and walk out the door.
Beautiful. This man's going to close his shop and go back home, not because he went out of business, but because of the shame.
Let's Nordstrom's arcade.
So
just crushing shopkeepers left and right. We are officially raging against the machine today.
So first off, I do need to apologize, family, if you guys hear there was a little bit of weirdness there. So, so as the six of you guys now have exited and completely ruined this guy's self-esteem, what are you guys doing?
It's in the shithole.
Nordstrom's Arcade. We're gonna go to Elle's favorite place next.
All right, so Nostrum's okay. Nostrum's Arcade.
Nostrum's Rack. Nostrum's
I
Arcade.
blame you because you said Nordstrom first.
I agree. It's my fault.
Yeah, it's my fault.
I'm really upset that you guys
Definitely said
already
Nordstrom.
corrected it because I had a joke for this.
Okay.
Yeah. After Sark comes out, Elle will say, "So let's go somewhere that's actually decent," and turn and head for Nostrom's.
As we're walking, Scott goes, I don't know when your birthday is, but that tobacco actually was for your birthday, so whether I'm late or early, that's your birthday present.
That's fair.
All right, so this is actually, if you head back nearly to where you entered the night market for the first time, you see a fairly tall, narrow building. It's kind of been wedged in between two larger buildings. One is like an inn, the other one is a tavern. Nothing like spectacular, but this is kind of like this really tall, narrow, 4-story building. As you walk into the building, you see a fairly androgynous high elf that's standing behind a counter. It's very similar in the setup to the sorcerer's source, but it seems that it's a little bit more askance, right? There's a little bit less organization. There seems to be less care placed in how things are ordered and everything. You watch as this person stands up and they say, as soon as Elle walks in, it's like, Elle, good to see you, my man. Where have you been? Just so you know, Elle, pronouns they, them for Frankie Hudson.
Frankie Hudson, love it.
I will walk in, arms out to give him a hug, and Frankie, my person.
Yeah, so he kneels, or they kneel down, and they grab a good hold of you, and they're just like super stoked to see you. It says, what is it that brings you to my humble establishment?
We got some coin to spend, and you got interesting shit to spend it on.
Always for you. Here. Oh, and then they take a step back and they notice that there's five others, and reaches out, kind of fist out towards Sark and says, my dude. Waiting for that fist bump from Sark.
Sark will and just be like, listen to the rumor mill. Just wait for the rumor mill.
And it says, hey, why don't you introduce me to my friend? Your new friends here.
We got Skald Felhan.
Hey, how's it going?
Pirate.
Oh.
I am a pirate. Also, what the fuck with that last person? Like, that dude sucked.
I told you he was a dick.
Dude, he's a fucking dick. You're not a...
Where did you go?
Went to
Fujiwara's.
Yeah, Fujiwara's place.
Did he rip off your floor plan?
Yeah, we all kind of follow the same thing. It just kind of makes sense. He's just an ass.
Dude, he's such an ass. And I just walk up, and I hold my fist out to fist bump Frankie.
Solid.
And as soon as he fist bumps me, I pop my flask, I take a swig, and I hand it to him.
So they...
Oh, they. Sorry.
Yep. No problem. They grab your flask, and they...
Handle that shit. Jesus.
It happens, right?
I really missed if Morgan had said that. So
Look,
I did give pronouns, so...
I misgendered myself, so, you know.
It happens, right? So they unscrew it, and they take a swig. What do you have in there right now?
Rum.
Okay, the Haven Select.
Yes, Haven Select rum.
This isn't the everlasting.
This is the Everlasting Flask. Oh, no, wait. The Everlasting Flask was whiskey, wasn't it?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's whiskey.
Okay.
It's the Everlasting Flask.
Takes a solid slug, right?
We're all impressed.
Oh.
That'll put hair chest and or nethers, my friend.
Puts it back and is like, ooh, this has got me feeling some kind of way. And hands you the flask back and says, well, Elle, continue, please. Tell me who all these rest of these beautiful people are.
This is SOA, musician, sailor.
My dear, nice to meet you.
pleasure.
This is Sid,
Hello.
warrior.
You are, aren't you?
Something.
Yeah, she did some kind of shit where she murdered people, I think.
She's Arian, you're the pirate.
What's that?
Arian, you're the pirate.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah, you and me, Sid, we can be friends, I think.
I was Legion of the Dagger.
That means pretty much nothing to me, but it sounds scary.
I don't know shit either. Wow, I'm getting like this weird feedback. Hold on.
Sorry.
I don't know shit either, but that feels dangerous, and I really like it. And you, my puffy hair friend, who are you?
Oh, his hair is puffy, isn't it? I knew it was weird. Patrice Shakerton. Pleased to meet
It's
you.
not weird, it's puffy.
Well, Patrice, they look you up and down and says, welcome. I think you and me need to talk.
Introduced him.
Yeah, I'm really. I was actually. Yeah, I think we're here mostly for me. Really, I have a few specific items in mind that I'm looking to find.
Oh, and Elle, you thought of me?
Of course.
Oh, baby. Thank you.
We're usually trying to do things to look out for you.
I appreciate that. That's so nice of you.
You're welcome. Yeah.
It's nice to have somebody kind of like like you and Elle to kind of like
Look, Patrice, you're just our little baby bird, and we're feeding you from the mouth like a mama.
Oh man.
So
I
Has
am not
a
agree
tailor's
with that.
tape
And that's
measure
where
somewhere?
walks the way to go shop.
Is
so
there
just
like-
to kind of set this stage real quick, right? So picture David Bowie,
Yes.
Iggy
Yes.
Stardust,
Yeah.
but with a slightly more feminine build, deep V-cut robe, tattoos all up and down their chest, and they come up and they kind of gently place their hand at the back of Patrice's neck and says, "Baby, let me show you what I have."
Patrice, you should take them up on this offer.
There's like a tailor's tape measure nearby.
There is, yeah.
Sark's gonna pull it out and just toss it to them and be like, "You should measure him." And
And I was going to, not so subtly, guide everybody else away from the two of them into different places of the shop to show them things.
And like Al has to physically grab Skeld by the elbow to drag Skeld away. And Skeld is sipping on his flask and smoking his cigar and looking over and sort of like, no, but I just want to watch. I watch.
After they
It's
get
okay to watch.
away, Al's response is just, no, I'm gonna go somewhere where you can see them.
So there's a pause in the walk
Here.
as Frankie turns towards Scald and snaps, and your cigar goes out, and they say, no, I have something better. And they point to a cigar box that's sitting on their counter and says, I can smell the quality. Very nice. This is a little bit better.
I think Skeld, while holding the extinguished cigar in his hand, snaps those fingers that the cigar is in, and it just immediately poofs into smoke.
Okay.
And like prestidigitation just eliminates, like burns up the rest of the cigar, walks over and grabs a new cigar out of the box, and is like, I'm gonna go look at your wares, Frankie.
So there's also a very nice like sitting area that has a couple of couches and some chairs and some tables with some really lovely spring water. The cigar is kind of like an actually decent acid cigar. You know that brand Acid, but this is better, right?
Yeah.
So they're like, y'all can sit over there, my babies, and you do you. When you need me, you come see me.
Sark is now like a cat across the back of one of the couches, just like, yay.
And so, and also having to make a character, because this is not how I intended this character to go, but this is how it's going.
Yeah, you fucked up big time, and they need a backstory.
Congratulations, you just invented your own fucking Gilmore.
Yeah, that's right. You just invented your own Gilmore. You're fine.
So
Yeah,
they go back to
I'm gonna go look at your wares.
to Patrice, and the hand goes from the neck slowly to Patrice, the lower back of Patrice, as they guide him gently over to the robes that are set up there. Baby.
And Skeld is being dragged away by Elle and like making eye contact with Patrice and just giving thumbs up as he's being dragged away, smoking a cigar like, you got this, buddy! You got this!
So they guide you to a space where when you walk into a very fine tailor and they have those like 6 mirrors that are set up, right? And so Patrice, you're placed in there, and she goes, and they go, baby, what is it exactly that you're looking for?
So good.
My robe is very mundane, and I was looking for something that would kind of not only like have a little bit of character, but also bolster me a little bit, make me more than what I am right now. Just kind of exemplify who I am.
And you hear from the distance, bolster that dick!
I think I know. I'm trying to remember. What is Patrice's complexion?
Patrice's complexion is he's relatively tanned.
Okay. So more like kind of like olive complexion.
So good.
Especially for a dark elf. He's kind of because he's half between he's half dark elf, half human. So
so more like almost purple, like a light purple skin.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think like I would say he tends more towards the humanoid
Like
or
Tom.
like human style skin with just a little bit of touch of flavor from his mom.
Okay, sounds good. So Frankie looks at you and says, "Baby, I think I got just the thing." And they walk over and they pull out a kind of a like almost like a salmon colored robe for you, and they pull it off, and they straight, as a fellow olive colored guy here, I have to tell you, it definitely works on us very often. But Frankie looks at and kind of drapes it over your shoulder and says, "Baby, I think this is exactly what you need."
How does it feel when I touch it?
So it is the most luxurious texture of textile that you have ever felt, right? It's not flimsy like silk, but it's got that like that same kind of press against your skin, and it is but it's sturdy at the same time. It's this kind of contradiction in feels, right? And like you don't even know how to describe it. This is way above and beyond anything that you have ever felt in your life.
Okay. I think is there any trim to it, or is it just salmon?
Oh no, yeah, it is. It's definitely got kind of like a it's a black trim that goes with it, right? And it additionally has a black belt that goes to it as well.
Yeah, like raveny, like kind of shiny, with a little like hint of purple in it.
Sure, yeah, I'm down with that. It sounds good to me.
Okay. Patrice is excited, and as he puts it on, as well, I don't know. Like maybe you can say how Frankie delivers it. Like, does he help him get it? You know, when you go and you get a suit on, and somebody helps.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is one of the coolest.
When they're like holding it out and get it onto your arms and fit it, and then they like.
Hold on, I got you. So first, Frankie kind of removes that upper part of your garment, right? Like your shirt and everything, kind of pulls it down very gently, and then
tattoo with and roses is on full display.
Yeah, the tattoo is shining, and as they walk around, kind of gently caress that first, like, ooh, that is a beautiful piece that you have sitting right there, front and center.
Beautiful, streaming so bad. Oh my god.
And you just hear from the distance, muffled because his friends are putting their hands over his mouth and he's shifting his face to be able to yell from the other room. It is a beautiful piece, isn't it?
Yeah, mechanical question. Can I use Mage Hand to like get someone?
You can try.
Okay, I thought you were gonna use Mage.
No.
Literally everybody is trying to keep me from fucking this up for you, and Skeld is very convinced he's helping. And if he's not helping, he's having a good time doing whatever it is he's doing.
You guys are more than welcome to do whatever you want. At this point, Frankie is locked, right? Nothing you do are gonna fuck with Frankie. Like, Frankie is happy right now. So they walk around and they drape this robe over top of you, and then as they kind of gently caress your shoulders to get it to fit right, and then they kind of gently rub your back, kind of get a little bit in the back of your fro, right in the back of your head. And like, you've never been treated quite this way at a clothier before, right? Like, this feels really nice, but at the same time, you're not sure how to handle it.
Mm-hmm.
They walk to the front, wrap it around you, tie the belt, and says, I think, yes, this is exactly what you need, baby.
Does he like make sure that the tattoo is still visible? Like, in,
yeah. So they think 70s porn star, bro. Like the DV, man.
Yes, you are ready for the disco floor.
Disco is not dead. Disco.
You look like John Travolta in Boogie Nights, bitch.
Fuck yes.
I just want to note for background that Skeld has now convinced his friends that he will be on his best behavior. He's going to stop fucking with Patrice. He just wants to smoke his really nice cigar, drinks whiskey from his flask, and peruse the wares.
I want to roll insight.
Insight, check that shit.
It's like Sark's on that board too, with like, I don't believe you.
Yeah. Ooh, it's a 19 for a total of.
This seems fitting.
It's a 22.
Even with my proficiency and my skill, I'm at a.
You can't even hide this lie.
16.
So are you horse shitting or not?
I don't think Skeld is bullshitting at this point.
Okay.
I think he is at this moment done fucking with Patrice.
Okay.
And actually does just want to shop.
We can shop
In this
but I'm
moment.
going with you.
I'm fine with that.
Because anytime we can direct Patrice's energy anywhere else, I'm very happy.
Well,
with that.
I'm just trying to make sure that happens. You know that.
Yeah, I don't think you're helping.
I think I am.
No, I don't think
Sark is on Skull's side because I rolled a 10.
See? I rolled a 3. But I get it. I'll be on my best behavior from this point forward. My best behavior.
Yeah, that's why I'm coming with you.
Okay, cut back to Patrice's scene. Sorry. I just needed a setup. All right?
So the one thing that sets Frankie apart is that they have this really light purple eyes, right? It's and as they look at you, Patrice, there's an earnestness in their just their whole aura as they are dressing you, getting you set up. Like at no point, actually, go ahead and roll an insight check for me, Patrice.
Not as good. That's a 7.
All right. At no point do you feel that this is something that is being put on, or if this is not genuine. Like you feel that they are very much like they are locked in with you, and they're really enjoying doing this whole process that's going through, right? So they wrap you up, they get you tied up. The tattoo is showing. Like I don't, now correct me if I'm wrong. I just have this idea in my head that kind of like underneath all of the naivete and everything, there is this subtle build to Patrice that is just like, you don't see it because of the weirdness of him, but yeah, he's a fairly attractive dude with a fairly solid body, right? Like this is
fucking bod.
This is how I'm seeing it, right?
Like he's got that
out of character.
He's a carpenter and a sailor.
Yeah,
like
he's wiry.
He's wiry, but he's buff. He's like that. He's like that lithe, slim.
Yeah.
Dude.
So
he looks totally nondescript until he like goes to pick up something heavy, and then he does, and you're like, bro, where'd those guns come from? Like they're just popping out of your fucking arms all of a sudden. Yeah.
What's the name of the French actor from Dune? Is it Charlemagne?
Chalamet.
Chalamet.
Yeah.
Chalamet. Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Yeah. Suddenly it's like, yeah, you lift, bro. I didn't know you did, but for sure you lift.
You are a very effeminate buff dude. Right?
Yeah.
Totally sexy. So as
so many French for a reason.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. As they continue to finish up, Frankie looks at you and says, "Well, baby, I think this fits you to a T. What do you think? Is this for you?"
It's beautiful.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's I think not only does it just help me display this tattoo that means so much to me, but I think it goes with the subtle hints of blue in my eyes.
I think it does, babe. And as they're walking around you, you watch as they're casting somatic elements, and you watch as the robe gently fits to your height and your build and your shoulders, and it just kind of accentuates who you are. And they continue to walk around and say, is this what you're wanting? And I need you to roll an Arcana check real quick.
All right.
As soon as
I'm going to use a sorcery point to re-roll that.
As soon as Reese answers this question,
I'm going to use another sorcery point to re-roll that.
Skelda's going to wander by.
I got a nat 20!
A totally natural nat 20.
Totally natural! I'm going to use all the sorcery points in the world!
Cheers. I can only do it once, so that's okay.
Skelda's gonna wander by
Jared's correct.
after Patrice answers this question.
This was better though.
It doesn't
So
matter.
with the natural 20, this you recognize this is the robe of the Archmage.
Oh shit!
Ooh.
Shit.
It wouldn't have been if it wasn't for the fact that you guys had built up that Elle had built up this store as his favorite place. So
Yeah,
now Frankie's gonna take care of y'all.
Yeah.
Frankie.
So, what's your answer, Patrice?
I'm sold. How many pounds of platinum do you require for this?
After that, Skeld wanders by on his best fucking behavior. All right, trying his damnedest. Stops, looks over his shoulder at Patrice, gives him 2 full elevator looks, and goes, "Damn, Patrice. I don't know. I'd fuck you," and walks away.
I'm having a full Jay and Silent Bob moment. I'd fuck me.
Exactly. I was trying to figure out how to make it that, but all I could come up with was "I would fuck you." You know?
That's why it's following Skeld around to try to stop him from doing something just like this, and just kind of face palms as she follows him away.
So Frankie kind of gently grabs, does that gentle grab of your chin and says, "Well, baby, I don't deal with platinum pounds, but we're looking at 7,500 platinum pieces."
Here's 8,000.
She places her hands on your hip as she takes the money and says, "Just so you know, babe, I didn't do this all for the money. If you're in town, let's go grab a drink." And that's where we'll pick up next week.
Oh!
Patrice gonna get some.
And thank you, everyone, so much for joining us on this adventure of a cooperative storytelling. Holy fuck, I killed that one. I feel so good about that, dude. Oh,
Just for Curtis's facial reaction.
Oh yeah, that was
We
something.
need cameras. We really do. We need cameras.
I wish I could see it. I couldn't see his reactions.
Justin out of the camera's view.
Oh my god. Thank you, everybody. Though I hope you guys really enjoyed that. This is now, I think Frankie might be my favorite NPC I've ever played. That was really fun.
Frankie is our Gilmore for sure.
Yeah, right. Like, I hate to just like be like, this is like something that happened on Critical Role, but also like, I was like, oh no, this is like what they all described meeting Gilmore like was like for the first time. But they're like, he pulled a random fucking shopkeeper out of his ass because we made him do it. And he wasn't expecting it, and we're like, "That's our new favorite NPC."
Yeah.
So, sorry, Morgan.
Next, we just need you to create our own plug of Plug's Butt Ugly Stuff Hut.
That makes me happy. So thank you, everyone, for joining us on this adventure of cooperative storytelling. As always, if you want to join us, hit the link below in the show notes. You can join us on our Instagram and our Discord. Also, please, if you are listening, we do have some exclusive content on Spotify. You can answer the questions. One, tell us where, what is it, John?
A waste of a good apple.
Where does that come from? And the first person to answer that correctly will have a cocktail named after them. Also, we're going to have another question there. We're not sure what it's going to be yet. We're going to work on it. But thank you as always. And until next time, drink well.
In your answer, tell us like whether you want it named after your screen name or you want like it named after your first name.
Or if you just have like a name for a cocktail.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Use.
Like tell us what name you want us to use. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good. And until next time, drink well.
Wow.